The sun is shining, the wind is blowing, and cars are flying down I-35 right now. What a wonderful day to ask strangers for a ride home. Hello, my name is Trevor Stiff. Despite any misconceptions you may have after watching the first 30 seconds of this film, this documentary actually isn't about me. It's about this guy, Alfred Nelson. When Alfred's mother was in high school, she traveled to America as a foreign exchange student in which she lived with my grandparents and their family for a year. Understandably, my mother and aunt grew very close to her during this time, and still remain close friends till this day. For years, the two mothers always wanted their sons to meet, but it wasn't until Alfred was traveling through Texas last summer that they finally got to. You see, Alfred isn't your typical 23-year-old Swede. After graduating high school in 2012, he went on to become a bartender rather than going to college. He would work for months at a time, save up his earnings, then go on long, incredible trips across the world, staying at hostels, meeting friends along the way, and blending in with the locals. For me, the most fascinating part about Alfred's world travels aren't the places he's been or the people he's met. Rather, it's the mode of transportation he uses to travel across the world. Hitchhiking. Yes, hitchhiking. Standing on the side of the road, sticking out your thumb, and getting rides from strangers. The second I learned about this, I knew I needed to make a documentary about it. Which brings me to where I am now. Let's go interview Alfred. How are you doing? It's been a while.
I'm great, thanks. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's more than half a year and almost a year almost.
Has it really been that long?
Time flies.
Yeah, totally. So,
Yeah.
briefly just kind of explain to our viewers, what have you been up to necessarily? Like, what would you say this journey has been?
I think the summary would be that I started in New York, but almost a year ago now. And then I went to see parts of the states from the west coast, or the east coast, to Minnesota, and then down the Mississippi Valley to Texas, and then into Mexico. And from there I basically followed the Pan American Highway all the way down to Panama City. And then I managed to go from Panama to Colombia by boat. After a short visit in Ecuador, I'm back in Colombia where I am now.
The only thing I knew when I came to New York was that I was going to South America.
And that's what I did.
Tell us a little bit more about hitchhiking, like why you choose that mode of transportation. What do you find so great and exciting and awesome about this?
Well, the reason why I started it was budget reasons. I had a very tight budget when I was in New Zealand, and I heard that it was easy to do it. So my friend and I tried it and went all around the country only by hitchhiking. And by then I got a taste of it and realized that it's so much more than just saving money. And the reason why I do it now is for the adventure.
I know two things when I start hitchhiking, and that's where I am and where I'm going. Everything else is up to chance, and it's randomly.
I can meet anyone, have any kind of experience, and I'm in for the surprise and adventure. And I love to experience new things, so that's the best way to do it.
All right. Would you say that hitchhiking's like, I know a lot of people, at least in America, hitchhiking's kind of become like a taboo thing almost.
Right,
Would you
okay.
say it's like a safe and valid means of transportation? And
I have not come across anything that I've felt like really unsafe, at least when it comes to the people.
Nobody has been threatening or harmful in any way.
So far I've hitchhiked with about 500 cars, and the worst thing that has happened is someone drove too fast. That's pretty much it.
do you recommend that for the sake of this documentary, I go out and actually try hitchhiking and try to capture it on film?
I think you have to try it to
Okay.
actually get the entire feel and understanding of it.
Because there's something you can't explain. Like, when you stand on the side of the road and you hitchhike for the first time, it's nervous and scary every time.
And then you get rejected by car after car after car. And it's just such a sour feeling.
But then once you actually get picked up and you meet these amazing people who do pick you up, the feeling changes completely, and you have an amazing experience. And that is something that has to be lived. It can't just be told.
Huh.
So yes, I think you really should get out and try hitchhiking again. The
Okay.
only thing you really need is a smile,
A smile.
good mood, and it's recommended to wear light clothes, like light blue. It's a color that's supposed to calm people down.
Oh, really?
So it's more just look like a regular color and have your thumb up. That's really all you need. All you need is a thumb.
All I need is a thumb.
Everything you need.
All right. And do you have any hitchhiking tips for me?
Yes, the one thing that you really need
is a place where the cars can see you and a place where they can stop.
Otherwise they will pass you. Even if they want to pick you up, they will pass you. So have a place where you're visible and where they can stop. That's the two most important things.
So my crew and I are headed north right now to Bell County Rest Stop, which is located right outside of Salado, Texas. From there, we're going to be hitchhiking 50 miles south back to Austin. So, yeah, it's going to be a long day. Here it comes. It's gonna be fun. I'm getting a lot of looks. I feel like a really pretty lady right now, and I'm being courted. They just don't want to stop. Oh, do they want?
Did we get one, Trev?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Shoot.
All right, let's do this.
How are you doing, sir? Yes, sir. Really anywhere, but if you could get us by the university area, that would be wonderful. Oh, excuse me? Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Should we set our stuff in the back or wherever? So my camerawoman and I got picked up by Mike and Cheryl, an amazing couple from Illinois who are visiting family in Texas. Our car ride with them, honestly, was incredible. We talked about a multitude of topics, basically everything imaginable, and the best part was, it wasn't awkward at all. It was amazing to see in a situation like hitchhiking how two groups of strangers suddenly have to open up and put this blind faith in each other, which is so hard to find these days. Alfred was right. There truly are no words to describe what it's like to hitchhike and ride cross-country with strangers. You simply have to do it. Doing this hitchhiking experiment has opened my mind to the world and made me realize that, hey, maybe people in modern times aren't as bad as we make them out to be. Really, my main question here is like, why do you choose to live your life in this way? And why, I mean, you kind of already explained why you enjoy hitchhiking, but do you get some type of fulfillment from doing this type of stuff?
I think it's because of the personal development that I get. I feel like every time I'm out in the world and I see new things and I meet new people, I go a little bit in one direction that I want to go with my life. At the moment, I don't know what I want to study, I don't know what I want to work. But I figure out as I go, if I'm meeting people, I can narrow down what it is I want to do. And I don't want to be stuck in a job or an education that I know won't satisfy what I want in life later. I want to wait with this until I can, and I think in the end, I always want to travel. It's been my dream since I was a small child, to see the world. You don't know anything what's going to happen.